Okay, no problem. Didn't mean to cross the line if I did.
No problem.
The show will go off on, like I said, May 2nd. We have tickets available starting on Saturday. Ticket prices are $30, $40, and $50. The $30 tickets are in the upper stadium seating. The $40 tickets are in the lower stadium seating, and our $50 tickets are on the floor. There's not going to be very many of those floor tickets. We're talking about 40 tables, so not very many tickets at all. They're already. Go ahead, Andy.
Well, I was just going to say, if you don't mind, I have a way for everybody who wants to see the fight get a little bit of a discount.
You certainly do.
If they go to the Ground and Pound website, we have a new website. It's www.theground, the letter N, Pound Show, thegroundandpoundshow.com. And if you go there, there is a link that tells you a little bit about, well, we actually have your flyer up there right on the site, and then there's a link where you can go and you can get a discount on tickets by going through our website.
Right. And that particular offer is good for tomorrow and Friday.
Okay, those are pre-sale.
Those are pre-sale tickets.
Thank you. Good. I'm glad you pointed that out.
And that's something that we want to offer to our, we call it the friends and family discount. When we see the folks here at Ground and Pound as friends and family.
I appreciate that very much.
When do I get to come over to your house to eat?
You don't want to eat my cooking.
Yeah, but your wife's cooking pretty good at it.
No.
Careful, Scott, you're on air. Be careful what you say next. It could come back to haunt you.
She's probably listening, but she would admit this fully. No, you don't want to eat her cooking either. We'll have some nice takeout.
Now, if they don't go to the Ground and Pound website, how else can they order tickets?
Well, they can certainly get tickets through MetroTix, the Chaffetz box office, or also by stopping by the CMMA Club. The club is in Pontoon Beach. It's on Pontoon Road, and you can call the telephone number of the club to actually find out its exact location and get directions and see when their hours are and all that kind of good stuff. The telephone number is 618-797-3308.
All right, guys. Well, on May 2nd at the Chaffetz Arena, Steel City Rumble Productions is going to have an excellent event. Everybody should try to attend that one. It's going to be one of the biggest events of MMA events in St. Louis, if not the biggest one ever. So definitely something you want to see. Something to mention, Scott, is the fighters that you have in this event. We have Mike here in the house. Mike is one of the top MMA trainers here in the Midwest in general, not just the St. Louis area. And Mike, how many fighters do you have? Do you have a few fighters in that event? You have four fighters in that event. So I'm telling you, there's four guys who are going to be real game fighters right there that make it, exciting fights each time they enter the
I think it's really important for the people that are listening to this if you're fans of MMA, to support this event. This is a big event for St. Louis. These are local guys. It's not a bunch of rich guys coming into St. Louis from New York or somewhere else trying to make money from here. These are guys that I'm sure have saved their money to put this event on, and they want to keep getting bigger. They want to do pro shows in the future, and that's what we need for these guys that are amateurs now. I know Matt really wants to turn pro, but if there's no shows for him to fight in, it's hard for him to turn pro. And these guys, I know the guys at CMMA are really working hard to make this a good event, and I think if you even have friends, you can just tell them, hey, come out and support MMA in St. Louis. This is going to be a great event.
Thank you. It's a great endorsement, Mike. I appreciate that.
Definitely so. Now, Samir, you had a fight this past week. I believe it's called Cage One MMA.
Cage One, yes.
And Cage One is out of Carbondale, Illinois, but these fights were held at Harris Hotel.
Harris Hotel,
Metropolis?
in Metropolis, Illinois.
So, did you see Superman entering Metropolis?
Yes, I did, actually. Superman and Superwoman.
Oh, really? Both?
Cat, whatever.
No,
Catwoman or
Catwoman?
something.
No, not Superwoman. Could have been Superwoman.
There was a comic convention there at the same time. We
Oh,
saw
yes.
all kinds of
Yes.
What did you see?
There was a
yeah,
comic convention at the same time.
He was there, actually.
Now, was there a lot of people there, or were there a lot of
I think
elderly
there were more
people
people there to see the MMA than there was the comic convention.
Now, how was the turnout this time at Metropolis? I've been to a fight there, and I'll tell you, first class. Harris Cage One, they put on a first class event there at Metropolis. but they didn't have a big turnout. They didn't have good marketing. How was the marketing for the event this time? Did you get a good turnout?
I think it turned out pretty.
I think they had about 100 seats open, so I would guess that they probably had 2,500.
Oh, that's much better than last time. A lot better. Were there any? Did they have any special guest MMA stars there? They had Butterbean last time.
You know, I didn't notice anybody or hadn't seen anybody introduced, but
No, I don't think.
we're also run back and forth to the warm-up area, so sometimes you miss some of those pieces.
Now, in that event, I think they had 13 fights total, and I think CMMA took part in 6 out of the 13 events.
We actually had one of our fights scrubbed.
That was Lori's fight?
Yes.
Well, Lori's fight got scrubbed, and we had one other fight get scrubbed. Our opponent didn't get his blood work done, so they had to pull that one out. We ended up having 5 fighters in the show. We did have 7 scheduled at one point in time, but then at the last minute, the 6th one got pulled. The 7th one actually was pulled the day before.
Okay. Now, Mike, you and I talked about this a little bit earlier in the week. You know, we think it's a good idea that they test these fighters. You know, you mentioned if you were in the ring, you'd want to know if somebody was inflicted with some kind of disease.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Before you cut them open. It's just tough for the fighters to afford such things.
It's really a struggle for some of the guys because they're amateurs and they're not making any money and they don't have, most of them don't have full-time real good jobs, so it's hard. It's hard on the fighter. So right now in Missouri we don't have to, so most of the guys just fight. Well, like, oh, if I don't have to pay a couple $100 to get my blood test, I'm gonna fight in Missouri. So it's kind of a hardship on Illinois promoters right now.
Isn't there a new law in Missouri after April, as much as I know?
In April, you think
That's
it's
something
supposed to
that
happen
I
in
heard,
Missouri
yeah, it's
also?
supposed
Have
to
you heard
happen
that,
in
Mike?
Missouri as well. I mean, that's
I think they tried it a while back and it got shut down, and I don't really, to be honest with you, they don't tell me what they're gonna do.
No, there's a lot of rumors and stuff going on, and if we came up with a cheap solution to the testing, I've been wondering if it would be good. Like, I'm thinking about anybody on my card, maybe after starting of May 15th, has to have the blood work done. I'm talking a cheap, you know, like $15 to get it done thing.
Have you found a place that'll do
I've
it for
got that, and we've got a couple other ideas that.
That's something I could possibly get involved in. I'm in the medical field and could maybe put the right people in line who would actually do the testing and do it for a small fee.
You
If
know-
you got enough fighters, everybody's getting the business. You know, one person's getting all the business, they can do it cheap enough.
Right, as a promoter or matchmaker, I don't want to put any hardship on the fighters, but I want to be able to protect all the fighters too. So if we can get it done for cheap, I don't think it's a bad thing to do. You know, I mean, it is a blood sport. You know, we got to remember that.
Yeah, and it makes sense from that standpoint. But again, it can't be. They're doing so many things to make these events hard to pull off and make them so expensive just to pull off in the first
I think
place.
our big problem is the gaming commissions and they're all tied in with boxing and I don't think they like MMA. And USA Boxing doesn't make their guys do blood tests. In Illinois, they don't have to do the blood tests for boxing, but MMA they do.
Let me ask you, as a trainer, Mike, if we had a cheap test that was $15 or $20, and I said, you know, in order to be on my card, you need to be able to have that done.
It's fine with me. I'm not doing the test, man.
No, I mean, I'm
saying,
just-
Matt, hey, in order to be on this card, you have to take a blood test.
Yeah, I'm just asking opinions because it's
Oh,
something
yeah,
I'm
I think
playing
it's
with.
fine.
You know, I haven't made a decision yet, but I'm trying to do what's best for everybody. And
It's fine for me, but I mean, I don't make the decisions on like that for the guys. I mean, I tell them, hey, if you want to fight in Illinois, you have to pay for a blood test. You want to do that? If they say yes, then I'm game. I'm ready to go over there.
well, Matt and Brian, what do you guys as fighters? Is it would that be a big issue to you? Would you prefer that for the $20 that you know your opponent also has been tested too? And
Yeah, for knowledge, it's not just, you know, I mean.
I just bumped it to 20 though. You know, that's right. But I mean, I'm guessing I've heard it's $15, $20 kind of
Yeah,
thing.
for something like that, it'd be good to know that everybody else is safe too.
Right. Well, you know, the other thing to remember too is that most of the fighters are about 23 years old, and this is a year-long certificate. And some of us older guys can still remember what it's like when you're 23 years old, and that year doesn't mean a whole lot. You know, you can be pretty busy out there in that year, but it's good to know that they've got the certificate. And, except for Brian Mason, last time you were here, all these women were calling.
No,
on this
that's
thing.
I had trouble last time.
There it is. There you go, Brian Mason show again.
The Brian Mason Show. Welcome to the Ground and Pound show. Go ahead.
Hey, Andy,
Yeah.
it's Shauna.
Hey, Shauna, how's it going?
Good, how are you?